Okay. Valhalla, day 2. You're here with goalkeeper Pasquale. So it's not actually day 2. What happened is that I barely had enough space on my chip for the game. It said I had 80 minutes and the game is 2 40-minute halves. So I ended up having about 7 minutes left of footage on the chip. So anyway, there was no pre-game for game 2. There was no post-game for game 2 because I wanted to save my chip space. And when it was over, I just wanted to get out of there because it was a 9:20 game. It was already 11 o'clock, and I'm just going to be straight, dude. Well, and if you saw the footage, we got our whooped 9-0. I have never been part of on the losing end of a beating that bad before. If I really think about it, I think the worst beating I ever took was, I was about to say 4-1, but there was this team I played for that lost 7-1 or something. Anyway, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. So the guy that runs this team told me that they used to be a contender in this league, okay? So that they either used to be the best team or one of the best teams. I also heard that from people on multiple other teams. So what is it? How do they go from being the best or one of the best teams in this league to basically not only where they were last season, dead last, but winless? So they went from being a contender to being winless, dead last, with a 4 points for and 36 points against point differential. So the other goalkeeper didn't show up. I had the whole game. Now, I'll break these down a little bit. I don't remember every goal. First goal, I'm going to chalk up to a lack of familiarity between new team members, okay? It was sort of like the forward was attacking. My defender was neck and neck with him. It's like, do I come out? It's like, I can come out and take this guy down, but I'm going to take my own defender down. So it's like, I don't know if he's going to let up. I don't know what he expects of me. I felt like he should know to let me take that play and lay off. And him fighting the guy is like my own team member basically blocking me from making the play. So I don't. The guy comes out and takes a little dinker that goes right past my left foot into the goal. It was cheap. And I'm going to chalk that one up to a lack of familiarity between players that don't know each other. There was a goal in the early going. It was 4-0 at half. One of those goals, it wasn't the second one. I forget what the second one was. One of those goals was my guys putting all their hands up and asking for offsides and not getting it called, and they all stopped playing, and the other team didn't stop, and it was basically 4 guys on the other team with the ball against me. And I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. I mean, my guys just stopped playing. They're like offsides. They didn't get a call and they stopped, and the other team didn't. It was 4-on-1. So, I mean, you're screwed. My guys screwed me on that one, and I was pretty pissed off about it. I kind of let them have it. There was I did make a few great stops. I mean, it's on the footage. There's some great stops too. But yeah, 9-0, it's like I got creamed, they got creamed, we got creamed together. I had a couple of outlets where it was the same guy both times. Like, I don't even know the guy's name, okay? It's like, I've got an outlet, you're open, I'm throwing you the ball, and I'm like, yo, I'm yelling at you, you're not turning around to look. And it's like, you're open, I'm throwing you the ball. And I think one of the 2 times I did this, it bounced off his back a little bit backwards, and the player on the other team just picked it up and brought it back down. So I'm yelling at him. I'm like, buy a ticket if you want to watch. You know, it's like it's like I'm your new goalkeeper. I don't know your flipping name. Turn around and watch for the outlet pass. When it's like I recover, turn around at least and see if the ball is coming to you, for goodness sake, right? So I yell at my guy, buy a ticket if you want to watch the game. And then someone else on the team is like, oh, we're exhausted. We're exhausted. So in all fairness, we have 29 guys signed up on that team. And I think there were 12 guys. There were 13 guys there. And one of them was injured and trying not to play at all. And the other guy basically like hasn't played in years. He's like a friend of one of the guys on the team that sort of got recruited at the last minute because we didn't have enough to go at all. And he hasn't played for years and the skill level was not really there. So we basically had enough guys. The other team was subbing us to death. So every 15 minutes they subbed 4 or 5 guys and we could sub one guy every once in a while. So they were running us to death. So the question remains, like, if we've got 12 guys out of 29 signed up that are actually showing up, where are the other 17 guys? Okay. Where are you? Why are you signed up? And so, and I've done this dance before, okay? I'm going to go back to the first goal they scored where it's like the 2 guys are coming towards me. You can see it on the footage. The 2 guys are coming towards me. I don't know how to read it. I feel like it's my play. Now, if I come out, I can take the guy, I can take the ball, I can take the other player out. I'm basically going through my own guy's legs and taking him out too. So, and I've had this play before, the exact same play, and this is what happens. I've got a metal plate in my hand. I don't know how well you can see it. Trying to hold this camera. Right there is the scar up my 4th metacarpal. Okay, there's a metal plate in my hand now. Yeah, you can see it right there. Because I came out on a similar play and my own guy stepped on my hand, bent my fingers back, and I had a pair of gloves. I got a new pair of gloves. I'm going to talk about these too because I lost a pair. Anyway, I had those gloves with the stupid little plastic insert in the pinky, and the bar comes down here to make sure your fingers don't get bent backwards. And what happens is it stopped there. My finger got jammed back, and the little plastic piece of crap inside the finger that's supposed to protect your finger actually wedged against my bone, and that's what caused my bone to break. So I got a new pair of gloves right here. I'm going to come back to those at the end. But anyway, if you're going to get a pair of gloves, I'll mention this again when I get back to the gloves. If you're going to get a pair of goalie gloves and you got the ones with the stupid little plastic things in the fingers, don't get those unless, like my new pair has them, but they're removable. The pair that I had when I broke my fingers, which is actually the pair that I just lost, I cut a little hole in the material and pulled them out because they were not removable. But anyway, if you're a keeper, don't play with those stupid plastic things in the fingers of your goalie gloves because that's dangerous. So anyway, I've done this before. I got injured by a guy on my own team who didn't know he didn't know how to use the force. Okay. He couldn't feel me. He couldn't feel like, this is my goalkeeper's ball. This is my goalkeeper's play. My own guy got in my way. My own guy took the play away from me. It's like, look, beat the guy or leave him to me because I can. The only reason preventing me from beating him is you are in my way. We call that same team. Same team. Get out of my way. If you can't beat the guy, get out of my way and let me have him. Okay? I still don't know that guy's name. He told me his name. I still don't know it. Anyway, so 4-0 at half. It seemed like in the last 15 minutes of the half, it sort of leveled off for us. And then they got 3 in the second half. So it leveled off a little bit. And I was like, oh, we're going to get out of this game 7-0. So I was like, oh, it's going to be fewer goals in the second half than in the first half. And I was kind of happy about that. And then they got 2 more cheap ones. And a few of the goals, it was like, okay, I'm getting 2 or 3 guys getting through my defense. And it's like me against at least 2, if not a third guy. So it's like I can come out, you'll see them on there too. And there's the 2 of them that are just the same. It's like I can come out and get this guy, and he's just got a wide open pad, just squares it into the middle, boom, into the goal. If I cover the guy you can pass to, you're just going to dink it in. It's like, well, you got to give me one-on-one breakaway, fine. I'll take that. But I mean, 2, it's just like, come on, man. And they did that. Okay. And so there was one where it was a one-on-one and the guy beat me fair and square. I made a decent play on it. He made a better dribble. He beat me. I'm going to hang that one on myself. There was a shot. The guy was over here on my right. He was on my right, shot the ball across my front into the goal over here. It was a decent shot. It was definitely savable. I'm going to hang that one on myself. There was another goal that was in the top. You'll see it. I think it was the 7th. It was the 7th goal. I think it was a very good shot in the top, my top left corner. I made an awesome dive. I got my hands on the ball, and it still went into the very top corner of the net. So anytime I see a goalie touch the ball, I'm like, if you touched it, you can save it. I should have saved that. So I did make a good play on it. I should have saved it. I'm going to hang that one on myself too. It's like, could I have reacted a little faster? Could I have read it a little better? Could I have jumped a little higher? Yes. So I'm going to hang that. So I'm going to call one of those neutral. I'm going to hang 3 of them on myself. And that leaves 5 that I'm hanging on the rest of the team for just getting smoked. So once again, like I'm going to say, on the team with the guy who didn't lay off the player he should have known, and I broke my finger, had a similar play here. Once again, I've done this dance, okay? I've gotten on a team before where it's like, look, I got guys that all they want to do is show up on Sunday or show up on Tuesday night or show up on game day and play a game, and they don't practice. They don't hold a practice. They don't train. They're obviously not running. They're obviously not staying in shape on their own. It's like, that's all they do. They show up for the game and they play their game, okay? I asked them, we're on a little chat thread thing, and I was like, can we hold a practice? Can we hold a practice? And I guess the guy running the team runs other teams, I think, of some younger guys. This is the first time him running this team. He's taken over running this team. He was already on this team, but I think he's taken over running the team. He was in a big trial because he's an attorney. So he basically wasn't paying attention to this until like a couple days before the first game. So he's playing catch up. No one else on this team seems like they're willing or competent enough for running anything, and they'll be damned if they're going to try to hold a practice. I got on the thread and asked for a practice, and they made jokes. They're like, yeah, we tried to hold a practice, but everyone was scared of us. They didn't want to play us. It's like, we're getting our ass kicked out there, and I'm getting creamed, and you guys are on the thread making jokes instead of out running, staying in shape, holding a practice. Could we even have like a get together so that I don't have to get on the field with guys who are my defenders and I don't even know your name? Okay. I can't use the force yet, dudes. I don't even know your names. Okay. And okay, so that happened to me before, and those guys were so out of shape, they were subbing every 15 minutes. So the experience was like, hi, I'm so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. And 15 minutes later, it's like before I even figured out your names, it's 3 different guys. Okay. These guys didn't even have enough guys show up to have subs. So at least I didn't have that problem. It's like, hey, at least it was the same guys. But yeah, I'm asking for practice on the thread. They're telling jokes, and I'm like, you guys are goof offs, man. It's like the comment thread is a off session. It's a bunch of guys that are obviously not out running on your own. You're not staying fit. You're not in shape. I'm not in great shape either. and your utter lack of willingness to hold any kind of practice is aggravating, especially when you're going to get on and like joke around. Okay. So the good thing is, outside of guys playing pro, this is the best league there is. And this is the best league there is. I'm in the over 40 age bracket. So I'm in the oldest age bracket, but this is the best league and I'm on the worst team. So the upside of that for me, and I'm actually kind of happy about this. I got to admit, I didn't like getting creamed. I didn't like giving up 9 goals. And I don't like thinking that like these dudes on my team that think they were contenders before are going to be like, our new goalie sucks. Because I talked to one guy in particular on another team in that league who they also got creamed on the same night, not as bad as us. And I told him how bad our loss was. I think they lost 5-1 or maybe 5-0. I told them we lost 9-0. He's like, what the? He's like, you're a good goalkeeper, dude. How did they do that? So that is not 9-0 because of me. So hopefully my guys are like, dude, not trying to hang that kicking on me. Okay. What else do I want to say about that game? I talked about some of the goals. Well, you can see the footage. Hopefully we're going to have more guys show up. I feel like we should at least try to hold one practice. To build, I mean, at least for some rapport or something. So I'm going to set this goal. I'm not entirely sure how this works. I feel like it looks like on the schedule there's 10 games, but I feel like there's more than 10. There's 8 teams, and don't we play each team twice each, which would be 18 games? I'm not exactly sure, but I don't want to give up more than 2 goals per half. That's 4 goals a game. At this point, I'm not hoping for too much, okay? But I am playing on a weaker team that seems to be getting picked apart. So I'm going to get lots of action. I'm not going to stand there watching everything go on down on the other end of the field. Like that game literally never let up on me. Like it never went more than a couple of minutes without like me being engaged or the ball being on a quarter of our field. So I'm constantly going to be active. I'm constantly going to be taking shots and breakaways. And that's good. That's good for me. I'm happy about that. That's gonna get me better. It's gonna get me fit. It's gonna bring my game up. So I'm happy about that. Okay, let's see what's up with these gloves. So. Okay, here we go. Okay. So here's what I was talking about the, let's see here, can I fasten this over here? Not quite. That'd be too easy, huh? Oh, here we go. Let me do it like this. Here's the way to do it. Okay, like that. So. Okay. So like I said, you want the gloves, the stupid finger things, these plastic crap that's in the fingers, these are going to break your fingers, okay? I got some Velcro right here. Okay. And like I said, the little plastic deals, those Take those out of your fingers, those stupid little plastic things. Okay. There's a reason they're removable. It's because they're stupid. See that? See right where it ends? See that? It's at the end of it's right there, okay? There it is. There's my hand. And that's what happened. See? My hand went backwards and that stupid little metal thing pushed against my hand right there. See it? That's right at the end. That's right at the end of the stupid little plastic thing, which is right where my bone got broken. See that? Take those out. Those aren't protecting anything. The thumb. This one's a thumb. Is that 5 or 4? Ah, I didn't get the one out of the pinky. Okay. And one more. So let's get out of this one too. Open that little thingy. Pull these out. I'm going to keep them separated by hand, actually. I don't know why I would ever want to put them back in. That's right. And these are left. Okay. I'll never put those back in there. I'm plugging you mofos. So check it. It's like the Dia de los Muertos little Mexican celebration skull thing. Kind of cool. I like them. I like the pattern. There we go. Put those puppies on. They fit much better without those little spiny things in the fingers too. Okay. Okay. All right. Nice and sticky. All right. Boom. That screen doesn't respond. There you go. All right, so it's Sunday. The game was on Tuesday. Game 3 is the day after tomorrow. So that's it for now. That's it for now, boys and girls. My little Sith babies. Well, These dudes went from winless. So let's hope for one win. One win. And no more getting creamed. I want to win more than one. We ought to be able to beat 2 other teams, okay? We ought to beat 2. That's going to be my goal. I want to beat 2 other teams, and I don't want to get creamed anymore. Valhalla.